I've got one word to describe last week's game for the LA Rams. Embarrassment. We got flooded against the Panthers. We're now 6-2, and we're on the road going up against the New York Jets. As you guys can see, Toke definitely struggled under 200 yards passing. Still, I think is the rookie of the year in this franchise. Oh, sold out crowd at the MetLife Stadium. It's going down. Yo, they even have the Cleveland Browns 0-10 in this franchise. Shout out to the Broncos 1-8. That's what I'm talking about. Now, we've got a lot to talk about what happened in this week of the NFL real season as Thomas coming up with a big boy yam. So much craziness, I feel like, in week 10 of the NFL, man. I don't even know where to start. Giving it to Cunningham right there, picking up a 5. I know one thing, we have to win this game. Let's just start off with the juicy shit, right? Oh my God, Carolina Panthers, New Orleans Saints. What are you fucking kidding me? Oh my God, dude, I was having a lovely Sunday, and then all of a sudden, shit hit the fan like boom. Being a Raider fan, playing in the AFC West, the toughest division in football, where probably 3 teams are going to make the playoffs. I just cannot believe that the Carolina Panthers let Marcus Peters rip that football right out of his hands to get the game-winning kick. As we're going to get a safety right there, first quarter. I mean, I think the Panthers were up 17 points, and the Chiefs came back again. I think that's their second time this year coming back from down 17 to get the W. I mean, just absolutely insane. Chiefs win. They're 7-2. I'm wearing a white shirt today. The wall behind me is white. Can you not tell the fucking difference? He stepped out of bounds, and I know Bronco fans are going to be salty. First of all, the guy should have been flagged for jumping over. As you guys can see, if you watch the replay, the other player held down the snapper, allowing him, which is a penalty, to jump over. And not only that, the New Orleans Saints went down the field. They scored. They had the game-winning, well, there was a minute on the clock, a game-winning extra point. The Broncos block it. They pick it up, and they take it to the house for 2. They get the ball, they knee it out, and the Broncos won. Now, both those games, both those actions happened literally right after each other, man. If you follow me on Twitter, you can see how mad I was. It is what it is. They're just going to make it extremely difficult for the Oakland Raiders to win that division, and if they do, everyone should tip their hats to them. That's all I'm going to say. On to the next one is actually going to be the game that we're playing right here. Rams, Jets, and man, dude, I feel so bad for Todd Gurley. Oh, I tried to jump over him. Now, the LA Rams have, like, no passing attack whatsoever. Maybe Jared Goff will start next week, and maybe they can throw the football. But what teams are doing, and they've been doing it all year long, is they're filling the box with 7 or 8 players every snap, and Todd Gurley can't go anywhere. Now, as always with these career mode videos, I like to talk football, and I like to watch you guys get all up in everyone's shit in the comment section. So state your opinions down below and let everyone come at you. Everyone's got different opinions, and I love it, man. Probably my favorite reason doing this is just reading through the comments and being like, LOL, LOL. LOL. The Rams did come away with a victory 9-6, so touche to them. They definitely got it done, but I really want to see Jared Goff and what he can do at a quarterback. At this point right now, why not just let your number 1 pick start? 5-0 game. This is odd. 5-0. Got to try to get it into the end zone. Toke so far is yet to get a touchdown. See what he's going to do with the defense of the Jets. Going to get sacked for a loss of 9. I really feel like if Todd Gurley was on a different team, he'd be a top 3 running back in the NFL. I feel bad for him, but he's got to work through it, and that offense has got to do something to give him the ball without 9 people blitzing. Now, I said this in a podcast over the weekend. I'll link it down below if you guys like to listen to podcasts. But I said if the Green Bay Packers didn't win this week, they would be in trouble. Now, the Minnesota Vikings lost, so it kind of offsets, but once again, I'm going to ask you guys the same question that I asked you last week. Is Aaron Rodgers to blame? I still think Aaron Rodgers is a top 5 quarterback in the NFL, and I think he will be until he retires. I think Clay Matthews needs to get his ass out on the field, and I think that the Packers defense is in big, big trouble. They let Marcus Mariota and the Tennessee Titans just go. They let DeMarco Murray throw for a touchdown. Like, what? As you guys know, in Ultimate Team, Marcus Mariota got the Team of the Week card. Delaney Walker went off. DeMarco Murray went off. And the Titans opened up the floodgates early on the Green Bay Packers. And the Packers, I believe, are 4-5. Shout out to the Titans, though, man. They played one hell of a game. All right, 3rd and 4. Let's focus real quick on getting this W, man. Here we go, here we go, here we go. God. And Rick, get him. That's Revis. I got him. Get him. No! Revis off to the races. Toke Nasty's in shining up. Big 6. Fuck. Now, shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles, bro. Their run game went off. They simply played better than the Atlanta Falcons, and they deserved that W. 15 seconds on the clock. I mean, the run game, the passing game, Carson Wentz as a rookie. Well, we're going to talk about another rookie real soon, but Carson Wentz played a great game. I think the Falcons are A-okay in that division, bro, especially with the Panthers losing another one. I don't really think they have too much to really worry about. Floating it. Run! And he hangs on. What a catch. 3 seconds on the clock. He's going to be holding, ain't it? Holding on the defense. Holding on the defense, and we've got the field goal. The Washington Redskins were without their starting running back. They still ran hard. They had over 100 yards rushing, and they simply outplayed that Minnesota Vikings defense, and now we're starting to see two different teams for the Minnesota Vikings between the first 5 weeks and the last 5 weeks. If you're a Vikings fan, are you worried, one, that the Detroit Lions are going to go hot and they're going to win the division? Two, is Aaron Rodgers going to get his shit together in the Green Bay Packers, and are they going to win the division? If you're a Vikings fan right now, are you worried that you might not make the playoffs? I really want to know. The next one I want to talk about is Blake Bortles, Dude, Bortles, man. I really want to know your guys' opinion on him as well. Going up against the Houston Texans. Texans are 6-3, guys. And a lot of people don't talk about the Texans as being a good team. They might be the best / worst 6-3 team in the NFL. You what, though, in Mexico next week when they play the Raiders on Monday Night Football, they gonna get stomped. Good old Jay Cutler, boys. Good old Jay Cutler. Having a Jay Cutler type performance. I feel... If you're a Bears fan, and we're going to have a lot of controversy in the comments section, and I like that. If you're a Bears fan, do you get rid of Jay Cutler? What do you do? I mean, how long can you continue to have Jay Cutler as your starting quarterback? Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense went off, passing went off, and the Bucs scored all those points without really even involving Mike Evans in the offense. I truly think the Miami Dolphins, they beat the Chargers. Phillip Rivers choked again in the 4th. I feel bad for the Chargers. I really think the Dolphins are making a push for a wild card spot in the AFC, which is going to be tough because the AFC is just completely hard this year. So we're going to find Quick finally starting to get some dots in us. I mean, Jay Ajayi is so good. I mean, you have your top 3 or 4 running backs, but he's definitely in the talk to be one of them. If he's not one, he's definitely in the top 5, in my opinion. Absolutely. And the Dolphins won. The Arizona Cardinals almost lost to the 49ers. I got one question. Why were you passing the football in the 4th quarter when you had David Johnson on your team? I mean, the Arizona Cardinals won. They must have known what they were doing, but damn, bro. They were passing way too much in the 4th when they didn't have to. Now, before I get into the next 2 games, which I really want to touch on for the entire 4th quarter, we've got the Bengals and the Giants tonight. Who do you think's going to win? I think the Giants pull it out. We got the Dallas Cowboys, Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott. Everyone's talking about them. And then you've got the Pittsburgh Steelers, who have dropped like their last 4 games in probably one of the craziest games I've ever watched in a long time. Talk about not having defense for either team. Neither team had defense. Elliott, people are like, Elliott is the greatest running back in the NFL, and he might be. He damn near might be. But, bro, I could have ran through some of those holes for touchdowns that the Dallas offensive line was making, and I'm not knocking Zeke. He had great receiving yards. I think he's a top 3 running back in the NFL. But holy shit, man. That dude is a primetime player, and if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, you've got someone on your team for the next decade that's going to be a real problem for opponents. Now the Steelers, they hit him with a fake spike touchdown to Antonio Brown. Le'Veon Bell had an amazing game. Antonio Brown had an amazing game. It just literally, that game came down to who had the football last, and unfortunately for the Steelers, it was the Dallas Cowboys. That's got to be a tutty, though. That's got to be a tutty. Hey! Holding on the defense, touchdown! Nasty. Jets went down the field and scored. Now, Jerry Jones has already announced on Monday that Tony Romo will back up Dak Prescott next week. So I think it's pretty clear what they're going to do in the future. Best record in the NFL, Dallas Cowboys. And you want to know why they have the best record in the NFL? It's because the Seattle Seahawks, who I predicted to win, they went into New England and they beat the Patriots. Doug Baldwin had a field day, bro. Tom Brady felt really clustered under pressure in the pocket from the Seattle Seahawks defense. He didn't look like the normal Tom Brady. In my opinion, he did not look, oh yeah, do the damn no. He did not look like the normal Brady. The Seahawks did a great job of getting pressure on him, and I really felt like if you want to beat the Patriots, that's what you got to do. A lot of people didn't like the call that Pete Carroll did, going for 2 to make it a 9-point. I loved it, bro. I loved it. Well, it didn't work out in their favor, but hey, they tried to close out the door on the Patriots right there, right then. If I was New England, I would have went with the QB sneak again. I would have motioned out Gronk like they did. If you guys watched, Cam Chancellor was the one that pulled Tom Brady back on the first QB sneak, not the one that he fumbled, the one before that. And they had Cam Chancellor out there on Gronk, so if they would have brought him out of the play and Tom Brady did the sneak, who's one of the best QB sneak quarterbacks in the NFL, I really think they would have got it. But when you got someone like Rob Gronkowski, one-on-one with a fade, you got to take it, right? Oh, my God, don't do this, Jets. Don't do this, Jets. Don't do this, Jets. Thank God the Jets are not going to score at the end of the game, and we're going to walk away with the W 22-17. Guys, I'll be reading all the comments. Make sure you drop a like on the video. Till later, I'm signing out. Peace.